first, maybe I'll introduce you. Maybe Oscar, you've been for a long time working in virtual production, and you have been leading, really mimicking the real and the virtual at the point that you cannot really tell the difference. And we've worked a long time together with Mo-Sys, and
Yes.
then Daniel, and then I think you're gonna explain us a bit more after. And then you work with PlazaMedia, and again, PlazaMedia, a major studio, and there's been a very long-lasting collaboration with Mo-Sys as well.
Yeah.
And I think that you guys experience all the evolution of tracking since the beginning of the Star Tracker. It was even different method of tracking, and then up to the Star Tracker. I think you will tell us a bit more about it. But yeah, why don't we first present both of your studio? Who would like to start?
Sure. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for the
No,
introduction,
no worries,
Florian.
of course.
Indeed, PlazaMedia has been working with Mo-Sys ever since they used pool table balls, I learned,
Wow. Okay.
on the
Yeah,
floor
that's
for
long time ago.
tracking. You've left the pool table and you've moved on to the Star Tracker, which
Yes.
is good and works a lot better,
Yeah.
actually. So PlazaMedia, for the past 30 years or so, has been one of the leading companies when it comes to sports and live broadcast. So when you had a soccer game, when you had a football match, when you had the European Cup, the World Cup, when you had Formula One races back in the day, you call PlazaMedia, they send crews, they send teams, we gather the signals, edit the signals, and distribute the signals throughout Germany and Europe and the world, depending on the sport. So this really is the DNA of PlazaMedia, live broadcast, mainly coming from sport. We can
Yeah, we have
Hans-Jörg,
some.
my colleague, in the double role, not only as
Thanks.
photographer, but also as a presentation clicker.
Thank
You
you.
could hit the next slide, please. Yeah. I'm gonna sit next to you, if I may.
Oh, wow. I do
So if you hit the next slide, and one more time.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is just to give you an impression, general images of what we do at PlazaMedia. TV shows, we're focused on a lot of clients there, sport TV shows. We do live, we do recorded broadcasts, pretty much all genres. We have sport events, we have comedy events, we even did sitcoms. Because we have a lot of studios, right? We have 7 studios at the moment.
Okay.
For classic production. We recently upgraded 3 of them in the past few years for virtual production, okay? So 3 studios with virtual production. I think all of them actually are equipped with Mo-Sys Star Tracker.
It's good to hear.
And so this is
Wow.
basically our lot. This used to be an old brick manufacturer, so it's quite nice studios actually.
Where is this studio for people who don't know?
It's our studios are near Ismaning, which is in Munich.
Munich.
So PlazaMedia is in Munich, basically. Yeah, and really one of those major hubs in Germany. And PlazaMedia is in the transition of opening new markets and looking for new opportunities to collaborate and new areas to be active in. The markets are getting more and more segmented. Sports market is getting more and more segmented, and television is reducing. Everybody's under cost pressure, cost structure, and so this is why we're looking. And I'm going to talk about a little bit about how virtual production will help us cope with those new challenges.
So maybe we have another video.
Yeah,
I think
I'm actually amazed how long this is when you actually have to speak with it.
I think
so. If you could hit the next video, please, Hans-Jörg.
So I think the next video is more about what you're doing in virtual production at the moment, right?
I hope so. Let's see.
Let's find out. It will be a surprise.
Yeah, I actually did not have internet to download everything I wanted to show you, so I'm just making a little snapshot here. What you see here is when we prepared for the World Cup 2022. So this was the Soccer World Cup, the UEFA World Cup. This was really the birthplace and the birth time for our next level of virtual production. So PlazaMedia, we've been doing virtual production for over 20 years, but this was the next step in terms of more up-to-date software, right? We started using Unreal Engine as well, in addition to VizRT. This was a multi-camera live virtual production shoot, which was very much unheard of, I think, back in the
Yep.
day,
It was
2022. Mo-Sys had a lot of fun and not a lot of
yeah.
sleep setting this stuff up.
How long was the project? If you think it was like
The project,
few months, I think the for
3
the
months, yeah, but I think we were on air for 22 days, 22
wow,
days in a row.
that's a challenge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sleeping at the office got a new dimension
Yes.
for some
Okay.
folk. But no, we did it. We did it with the help of Mo-Sys, and that really opened our minds to what is possible with virtual production. We had the Doha Bay. If you could just click the next. We didn't go to Qatar, obviously. So what we did is we had a hybrid studio. It was Corona times. We had the virtual graphics. We do all that kind of stuff, and we had a virtual representation of Qatar, the Doha Bay, and we extended the set virtually, so it was higher than our actually LED wall that we had in the studio. It went all the way up, right? So this is all fake, so to speak. And the LED wall was only about as high as the audience was. It did work perfectly. It tracked perfectly. We were able to delay the cameras in such a way that when you cut from one camera angle to the next, the actual edit would be delayed for the amount of time it took the render engine to render the according to camera's perspective.
And again, there was a lot of collaboration and feedback because that's what we like as well. Is like when we're
Yes.
involved with such partners and you guys to have this feedback on this discussion because that's the best, usually the best project.
Yeah.
It's not just here it is. It's more like how could we do this and that and the exchange, and that's what
it.
we enjoy as well.
I mean, the way I think about it is, if it were so easy, just turnkey solution, a lot more people would
Yeah.
be doing it, but it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
So we enjoy the challenge. And then we kind of moved on, right? So we started doing commercial productions, right? Because now the World Cup is over and you know what we have? We still have the LED wall, right? So let's use it. Setting up virtual production, setting up new shoots, trying to get the word out to the industry that PlazaMedia is not only about sports and live production, we also do these kind of productions now. That worked. We did a feature film with A-list German actors. All interiors in the car were shot in our LED volume. That worked beautifully. We did more sports events.
I think it's really interesting as well, like building on what you just said, that you use the sports studio, so to say, but with the same technology, in fact, you can actually film a feature film within the same studio, within the same technology, with the same software. So I think it's quite interesting, right? That the method kind of cross over now more and more, right?
And then what you will learn very quickly when you do this kind of experimental thing, even though you have the technology, which is literally technically the same, the crews work differently, right? So live production broadcast has nothing to do with a commercial shoot or a fiction film shoot, right? And because our DNA is sports and broadcast, there's a lot of learning involved, right? So you get different camera people in, different crew in, different lighting. I'll turn it over to you now with the following thought. Because developing all this for 20 years, we noticed that, wow, we can do fiction, we can do virtual worlds now, and we have a crew, we have our employees, and there's so much you can do in so much time, and you also have the normal work on the side, right? So you don't really have time to experiment that much, to develop that much, and these kind of things. So we started looking into what else is in the market. And I've been a fan of Oscar's work secretly, even before I was working at PlazaMedia.
Thank you very much.
And now with PlazaMedia, I had the right calling card to give Oscar a call and asked if he would be interested in collaborating on a new world, which is the world of fiction and photorealistic imagery. So I'd like to...
Oscar?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, well, it has been a long journey when I started 30 years ago, and we thought it was possible to compete against reality. I mean, be better than reality, better by all means, in terms of speed, on quality, on creativity. And the first thing we tried hard, is to recreate the same look as a movie. If you hit again, so it's going to start playing. You see here that we shot the same movie on location and in virtual. So this is the background sets could be real, could be I mean plates, could be which is 2D, 2.5D, which is plates with some 3D, and it could be full 3D. And if you'll never know because the quality is always going to be the same. It's going to look like if it is real. So this is our main goal to compete against reality. And it's I think it's quite challenging because you have to know many things. You have to know how to light well the character, to recreate the light. So this is our approach, which is involves to recreate what we call a digital twin for the location, a digital twin for the camera, for the lenses, for the light, for everything. And that's why Mo-Sys is helping us as a partner to push the envelope even further to get there, so that our main competitor is reality. And I think we are approaching, and we now have an opportunity to tell the market that it is possible to produce a movie with the same quality, but maybe 30% of the cost, maybe 50% of the time, depending on complexity, and while introducing new locations, maybe that are from other countries or from everywhere else, but also we can recreate those locations through a process of concept art, of producing design based on AI, so that we create those concept arts very fast, very easy, and then instead of creating content, we are creating worlds, universes. And out of that content, we can create fiction series, entertainment, feature films, promotions, whatever. So more than creating content, we are creating worlds. So this is maybe on the next slide. This is the behind the scenes. So you see how it was done. So the good thing about this, everything on the background is unreal. So for us, it's very easy to recreate an immersive experience out of this. So based on Unreal Engine. So not only we're producing a content for a certain customer, but also we are producing all the assets that are very helpful to create TV commercials, whatever, based on that world we have created. So it's like improving the life cycle of a content, of an investment that is going to be very, very important in the future. So this is our approach, and we think we are almost there. I think we are there, but it is the market who has to say so. And we are very excited to be here to share this approach with you. So as you can see, these sets could be real, could be virtual. Who knows? So in this case, all of them are virtual.
Nice. It's really hard to tell. I mean, if you wouldn't know, I don't think many people will know they are virtual here. So that's interesting. And it feels like there's a big complementarity between your studios as well. I mean, like, well, first of all, you use kind of the same workflow, and you're both really innovative, right? So maybe in the future, we're going to see more and more of Plaza and PlazaMedia and MR Factory, or is it something
Yeah.
you want to announce?
Thank you. Funny you should mention that, Florian.
See what I did there?
Yeah, nice. So today we announced the partnership officially between.
Great.
That's right.
I'm glad that
We are
it's
very
announced
excited
here
to
on
announce.
Momentum.
Yep.
And we are very happy because there are lots of opportunities, and we are going to learn a lot from PlazaMedia, and we are very much willing to share with them all the things we are doing, so that we together can get bigger opportunities.
Yeah. So our main focus is to develop the market. We just talked before. So we're like 8, 9, 10 steps ahead of what the market knows is even thinks is even possible. So our aim is to go to our contacts to go to TV stations, to go to production companies in Germany and show them, invite them to the studio and make them physically aware, right? And what I mean is they step into an actual virtual set, they can test everything out by themselves, they can move the camera. We have a demo set up there, and they have to I don't know how to say it. They really have to experience it.
It's really about that because I guess like until you hands on it, it's
Yeah.
really hard to make an idea of how quick it is, how easy it
Exactly.
is. So it's really by testing and very often what we call proof of concept, right?
Yeah.
Which is, oh well, actually we could do that.
And it's also important that people don't have the feeling that they're getting left behind by new
Yes.
technology. So when a cameraman or director of photography can, when the director of photography can put a camera on his shoulder and walk around a virtual set, there's a real couch, a real actor, but the wall is virtual, but everything he does works the same way. Or he moves the light like you've shown in a demo, and the light is tracked with Mo-Sys as well, and the light hits the sofa, relights the sofa, but also changes the light in the virtual background. They gain trust, and this is, people have to know it, people have to trust it, and then we have jobs. But before that, it's a lot of emotional invest actually, because you kind of, Oscar has dedicated his life to this, and we're taking also a big gamble on this, really, that this will work. We believe it will work. We believe next year, the year after that, we're going to be talking on a different level. And my vision today was that if we produce the first show like this in such a virtual way, we're not going to make a big thing out of it at first. We want to reveal afterwards that it was shot virtually, so that people don't focus on the pixel peeping, but on the whole.
In a sense, if they
Project.
don't see how much work was behind, then you won, right? It's like,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
simple. And then, so what can we expect? I mean, I'm sure we cannot say too much yet, but of the collaboration, like maybe any upcoming projects, or it's too confidential at the moment? Or?
Well, we are going to start working together. So setting everything so that we start opening markets and develop the market. And we have some customers that are very much willing to start working with us, and we are already working with them. So this is the consequence of an opportunity we already have. And I think it is going to be a very exciting journey for all of us.
And it's really going to be a pleasure to work with both of you and with the partnership we already have. On the technological point of view, it will be really interesting to innovate. And I think what's great as well is that we all around, we're in UK, in Germany, in Spain, but really well connected through the technology. So that's really a pleasure to be able to be part of that journey as well together.
And I really can't emphasize enough the spirit that Mo-Sys also brings to this, right? I mean,
thank you.
Because you have the spirit of connecting clients, but also of innovating, trying things out, wanting to push your own technology further, and also for the sake of the market. And this has been helpful for us. I'm sure it's been helpful for you. So thank you.
So
Quite a
thank
lot
you.
for
It's a pleasure. And thank you guys for being with us today. If we have, maybe we have some questions. Otherwise, we can stay here as well and chat after with you in person if you prefer. But thank you very much.
Thank you very
Florian.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.